seen multiple times in the lore of FNAF, with most notably FNAF 4 being real instead of a dream, thanks to we will come back to FNAF 4. Now, why do I think it has been retconned? Well, we haven't heard anything.
What an amazing show. Love it very much. Well, I guess might as well get some work done if it's possible. Where the hell is that ringing coming from? Hello? That is my room empty. I have no idea. Hello? Where is that ringing coming from? Am I going crazy? I might be going crazy. What the hell? Did I drop it in the toilet? I don't even know. Jesus Christ, I think it's coming from out here, isn't it? Yep, it is.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi. I've been meaning to get in touch with you for some time now. A lot of your fans are missing the FNAF Management Wanted stuff, you know? They want to see a new tour of a new pizzeria soon in Minecraft.
I can't just randomly do a Management Wanted video if I don't have a pizzeria to look at.
Well, actually, we have one for you to do a tour of.
What? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first episode of Management Wanted Reviews. Where, guys, first of all, that title's a work in progress, but we're going to be going through a bunch of different Management Wanted type maps from Five Nights at Freddy's, since, you know, that's where a lot of you guys came from, and I'm glad some of you guys did stick around, because I am coming back very soon with some more map builds, and, well, everything else is coming around to it. Now, this specific video is just something I wanted to start off with, because I personally believe this is the very best FNAF like Management Wanted build I have seen, and is also in fact all made in survival. If you guys don't know who Kjwippy is, he is one of the more known like Management Wanted type, you know, video makers. That's what he's mainly known for, and honestly, he creates some really good maps and stuff, so why not bring it all here? So, we're actually going to be taking a look at his survival series' the map that he made during the survival series. And obviously, there are a lot of different mods here that there's going to be a lot of, it's going to be really interesting to see how this goes, by the way. I'm very curious, by the way, how this will probably work out, how this could go, how this will do. Also, excuse any lag. There's a lot of assets in this pizzeria that will probably end up causing a lot of video lag and all that jazz, so just please bear with me here. I am trying my very best. So at first, you know, you want to walk in here, you're gonna see the lovely Freddy Fazbear statue just standing right there. Very, very nice. It's very cool. You know, just seeing how awesome this fountain is. Like, I think, like, the entire, the outside of everything, like, the detail is just immaculate. The detail is amazing whenever it comes to, you know, the game and how this looks. So we're gonna take a look at the outside real quick. Obviously, the parking lot looks freaking awesome. In fact, this specifically, I think this might give a little bit of us. Might give us a little bit of, like, you know, just some funness, some fun time around, you know. This is the purple car from Midnight Motorist, which is actually really nice. It's a nice touch. So yeah, there's details all around the entirety of the building. These lights right here actually make it look like, you know, the lights are on inside the building, so it's actually really, really cool. Now if you take a look at everything here, You know, we got the dumpster. It's really, really trashy. And like, you know, here's the employee exit. We are not going into the building yet. These lights on or off? They're actually on. I completely forgot how those lights are very ambiance based. Yeah, this is really cool. We actually you guys can actually see a little bit of a sneak peek inside the pizzeria. If you don't know what this pizzeria looks like, I would highly recommend it. Top of the roof, obviously, you're not going to see much of it. I try to personally make it to where, you know, these, you know, it's covered up so you don't see it from the top. But these are all ran off of, you know, all off of this train of redstone, which is honestly probably why this lag is how it is right now. It's an entire trail of redstone and everything else that is causing this, probably causing the lag in general. But it's really cool, and then like the redstone is really well made, and like I'm very much so impressed on everything. Like you can see everything here is like set up underneath a bunch of redstone mechanisms. I wish I was this good at redstone. Oh my gosh, if I was this good at redstone, you guys would lose your minds with what I would create. But enough being said there, you know, we've got the fancy little banners and all that stuff as well, which is really cool. You know, you have a few side areas, you know, especially even this back part right here. This is with Trash in the Gang, which I actually find really cool because Trash in the Gang actually is never really used. I didn't really see Trash in the Gang used much in builds. So it's really nice that they were actually given their own simple little thing. Now, I did actually do a cheeky tour of the house during the intro portion. So, you know, you guys got to see the full house. You know, it wasn't actually fully complete, which is fine. And then, of course, there's, of course, a massive bridge crossing over. Now, the fun part. Also, he used a lot of fucking lockers. I'll like that's a lot of lockers. Now, also before you wonder, no, that wall phone's not a part of it. It's part of my house. So, who's ready to go inside? Let's just say we're open for business. Oh my, here we go. Bam. Wow, what a nice little bit. You're turned around. You're turned around. Actually, you know what? This will be. I forget these guys spawn just randomly. We're gonna take the Faz wrench out of his stuff right here, which by the way, he had a lot of really good stuff. He had a lot of really good items. We're gonna take his Faz wrench, and so these are actually customers. And fuck. just gonna there you go. Alrighty. So now, oh, I'm crawling. All right, cool. Also, I deleted his Faz wrench. I'm smart boy. I am a smart boy today. So yeah, here we are, everybody. Welcome in. We are actually in the lovely pizzeria. As you can see, there are multiple different ways, multiple different entrances, multiple different, like, you know, possible exits and everything else. But I guess we just get started while everyone's taking a shit. All right, very entertaining. I do like the banner mirrors. I wish I thought of that, honestly. You know, maybe I'll get some few ideas. Yeah, these are the bathrooms. Kind of really cool. Looks really nice. The kitchen. Honestly, it looks amazing. Like, this kitchen looks amazing. You know, I think he has, like, extra kitchenware stuff. Yeah, he has, like, the Farmer's Delights mod in this mod pack, which, by the way, mod pack link and map link will be in the description below. So please use the mod pack down there. But yeah, this is really cool. And then this is the, yeah, the Freddy Frostbear, which is really funny because he is in the fucking freezer. And you come out here, and this is, of course, where the dumpster and stuff's at, which makes sense. So yeah, it looks really nice. I really do like how it, like, everything is and looks in this. You can actually cook stuff with these, by the way, which is actually nice. And of course, you have an open, like, window here. This is the 3x3 door frame, which is I really am happy about. It's really nice. Then you get, of course, your normal snacks as well. So very detailed. So a little bit is your entryway, as your welcoming party, I guess. Of course, you have, you know, some cutouts, which are really cool. Vending machines, a couple plants. And yeah, so how about we just head into the first main area? So technically, I guess this first main area will be the Five Nights at Freddy's 1 location, which honestly is really nice. As you can see up there, we have I'm actually gonna turn off hostile mobs because there's definitely mobs spawning around here. So you have Mangle, aka Toy Foxy, and then you have regular Foxy, which I find really dope. They're just up there on their stage. There's actually an entire upstairs area, by the way, which we are definitely going to go into. Basic things, you have your FNAF 1 animatronics. Looks really nice, they're nice and crowded onto the stage, not too cramped but also not too shabby. Let me just quickly hit this button real quick. See, you were supposed to move, but it actually didn't. But you know what, that's an easy redstone fix. So if you actually come back here, we have the backstage area. And then, coming through here, there's actually a lot of like hidden back rooms and stuff. Holy crap, I'll talk about lag. There's a lot of hidden back rooms and everything here, which I really do like. Now, this is the backstage area. We will get more into depth of this stuff anyways. So, yeah. Okay. I think the thing might be a little busted, but it's fine. So yeah, you got the FNAF 1 animatronics here. You also have Spring Bonnie, which I actually really like the addition of. He tried to use as much of the animatronics as possible here, so it's really nice. Now, before we continue on into separate hallways and all that stuff, let's go ahead and head into the arcade, where we actually have Sparky the dog performing inside the arcade. It's actually really cool that me and him had the same idea for an arcade. Like my FNAF 2 one, I had Toy Foxy be an animatronic and it'd be performing inside the arcade. So I'm really glad we actually kind of had the same idea. He's just using Sparky instead. I have no idea what the fuck the orange and teal geese. I don't even know. I don't know if I like that color or not, but I guess it'll work for the room. And you also have the puppet, the marionette. She's just big chilling. She doesn't have her music box. That's because her music box is a little off-centered. So I get why she's not in her music box. But yeah, the arcades are kind of cool. I really do like them. I have no idea actually if they've added any more like arcades and stuff since I've last built a map. And we're actually going to go through a lot of stuff here. There's going to be a lot of stuff that I don't remember or that I haven't seen yet, but I don't know is new or not. So it's going to be really cool to experience it. Obviously you got some tables, got some chairs, all that stuff is really, really nice. Now we have two choices. We can go here. These are obviously just different party rooms. We're actually going to go down this way first. Just see here, like we have a Chica party room, we have the Freddy party room, we have the Bonnie one, and we have the Foxy one. Once again, I'm impressed we thought of the same idea of having specific animatronic rooms for each one. Now I think these this is the blood and guts wall. What the hell? I never actually knew you could change the color of the arcades. I was wondering why there were so many of these. Wow, that's cool. Well, there's a lot of colors actually. Holy crap. I guess we'll keep you with your red, Foxy. That's really nice. It actually does look really cool in here, by the way. I'm really much so enjoying my little walk, like this little walkthrough so far. If you come down here, we have another separate hallway. Now, obviously, this is the security office. And these rooms right here are... I forgot what the purpose of these rooms are, I'm going to be honest. I think these are like employee lounges and break areas, like sleepage, all that stuff. I think they're just like extra rooms. They could be separate, like, private party rooms, I think, because they have separate arcades and everything else. Everyone's in their own specific ones, as you can see with their... little poster stands and everything else, because their cardboard cutouts were really cool. They're each branded for every individual one. I'm pretty certain these are private rooms, which obviously means this is why the security office is here. Now, honestly, this security office might actually be one of my favorite things out of it, because there's multiple entryways. You have to always stay on your toes no matter what, so it's like really, really nice. The only issue I have with the build so far is there are actually no cameras in this area. There are no cameras in the entire building, which kind of sucks. But you know what? It's whatever, Replacing have cameras. I think an entire camera system for this build though would be actually really cool. And these are obviously just extra bathrooms and everything. It's actually mirrored, which is really cool. You know, a nice little mirror trick that people like to do. So it's really nice. But yeah, I think the security office might be one of my favorite ones in this area. You know, there's a bunch of like possible broken ones over here. You got the buttons and everything else to close off any animatronic going through. And obviously this is to the back alley where, you know, Charlie gets fucking clapped. Now we're going to go ahead and start walking down here. And this is like an extra repaired center. This is actually where a bunch of scrap animatronics are at. So yeah, if you actually, we can actually crawl through the vents and everything. So as you can see, we have actually, can I uncrouch please? Thank you. It's weird that it's showing everything else. But yeah, there's scrap baby. These are like broken down animatronics, kind of a little bit of like a repair thing. Moment. This is actually where this elevator is supposed to go to. I think it's supposed to push. Yeah, okay, there we go. So now the elevator pushes me up. Cool. Going back down. So yeah, this is kind of like a little mini employee area. You know, you get that stuff fucking terrifying as hell. It's from the facility. Oh, that makes a lot of sense on why it looks so fucking terrifying. But yeah, it's really nice. It's like a little like, you know, animatronic repair bay down here. You know, this is probably like where they prep some extra pizzas and stuff. This is the generator room, which resets everything else. And actually there is a camera system down here. I just don't know where the fuck the tablet's at. Like, if I knew where the hell the tablet was at, I would be happy. Yeah, I got some exit signs and stuff. That'd be nice. There's just a stairway to go back up. Obviously, you take the stairs, take the elevator, whatever. I think I actually want to crawl through these vents because I think that's going to be really cool. Wow. Crazy. So, yeah, just extra bathrooms and stuff. Walking through here. And then you come in here, and these are the employees of the series. This is pretty much everyone. This is just pretty much everyone being added per episode. Really cool. He didn't actually do one for, I think, the last one. Yeah, it's really cool. You know, it's really nice. You know, a lot of people got added into this, which is really cool to them. You know, OVDR, you know, adding me as a customer was like probably the coolest thing here because he's actually got his own fucking head here. Terrifying. But yeah, he's actually added as a customer now. So yeah, it's just pretty much everything that he did throughout the series per episode, which I found really cool. This is just a little library area, which is actually really nice. You know, nothing really too much there to really worry about. Now, you guys saw something there that you guys are probably really wanting to see now, aren't you? But we'll get that in a second. This is kind of an employee break room, which I actually really like. I didn't even know there was a corkboard in this game. There's a lot of stuff in here. And then, of course, the lovely Peanut animatronic. Now, there are a lot of vents that connect everywhere. We're actually going to crawl through the backside here to see where we end up, and then we're going to circle back around to where we were at. And here we are. Pretty crazy. Right here is the lovely Bloody Fredbear, which is actually really terrifying in a very worn down, broken room. Now, here's actually the non-used animatronics. The Benson stuff, I forget where the hell these guys are from. Benson and Benny, I have no idea where these guys are from. And then, of course, we have the FNAF 6 animatronics. But we are missing Lefty. Where the fuck did Lefty go? All right, you know what? I'm not gonna question it. But yeah, these are the FNAF 6 animatronics. You know, Ned Bear, the frog. You know, the pig. You know, Pork Patch and all that stuff. And then fucking Orville. Holy crap, Orville. Oh wait, we're actually missing Mr. Hippo. Where the hell is Mr. Hippo? Screw Lefty. Where's Mr. Hippo? And you come through here. This is obviously another elevator. What the hell is opening? Yeah, this is kind of cool though, right? That's kind of cool. Like an extra, like a little office area here, which is interesting. You know, this is just like kind of the underground bunker of like extra stuff, extra like memorabilia, I guess. That makes sense. So we're going to circle around here. And now we are in the FNAF 1 office. And this is where the damn camera system works. I don't know how the hell this map works like how to set up these maps. Otherwise I would have set them up normally. But yeah, It's really cool. You can actually see the difference here. This camera actually moves on its own, which I find really nice. Yeah, there's just a bunch of separate cameras and everything here. You know, there's a storage closet you can see. You know, you have the extra stuff that's on the side. And other than that, it's just cool. You know, it's just really cool. So yeah, that's pretty much this little area down here. Oh, it was purple before, now it's yellow. Like, they just keep changing the colors, which is insane to me. And then, yeah, of course, you have lights. You have the door to close. Pretty cool. Pretty freaking cool. Now, normally there's supposed to be an elevator here, but I'm going to break my cankles real quick. All right. I hit the wrong button. There we go. So what you would normally do is you'd come down this elevator. Ta-da. Entry in the dark zone. And this is where things actually do get pretty interesting. This is kind of like a rundown part of the building because it is actually the old pizzeria. Kind of like how it was in FNAF Security Breach, where the FNAF 6 location was buried underneath the Mega Pizzaplex. And this is where shit just kind of hits the fan. This is where the lore standpoint comes in for the pizzeria, where this pizzeria was shut down and a new one got built above it. And as you can see, you walk in here and it is completely trashed. Like, it is completely destroyed and broken. Like, you have withered animatronics everywhere. The back room is completely exposed. A lot of the walls are run down. And even some of these doors just lead to nothingness because there's no reason for, like, anywhere to be here anymore. This was the original safe room, I'm pretty certain. And pretty much what you have here is actually the original FNAF 1 location, which honestly, I like the idea of this. This is the original FNAF 1 location with a few extra tweaks and stuff. And obviously there's a hole just right there. There's a hole in the middle of everything, by the way. We'll go down there in a second, and then we're going to go back upstairs to finish the tour on a lighter note. So this entire area here is just like real. It's like just showing how worn down it was. Like, some of the lights work, some of them don't. The details, the attention to details is actually pretty perfect here. And then of course, poor withered Foxy just chilling here. And even Candy Cadet is here. You know, and I don't even think, can I even use, like, do I even have tokens? I have a coin. Nope. Okay, cool. And then of course you have some older, you know, you have older like things in here. Older things that normally don't work anymore, probably. And then you come through here, you know, and then here is the two lovely animatronics. Which you got two suits, two of them that have, like, don't even have full armor or anything. But you have Golden Freddy, and of course you have Springtrap. Honestly, very terrifying. And then of course you come into here, and voila, there is, you know, here's the FNAF 1 office, which has actually got the painting from the fucking movie. Now we crawling through the vent. We can actually crawl through the vents here, which is I find really interesting. Kind of just to get around through everything else. I don't know where exactly these go. I don't even know if I'm going any faster doing this, I'm gonna be honest. I think this is just to the arcade. Yeah, it is. It's just to the arcade. Now I'm just... Okay, I'm just flying like I'm Superman now. Cool. Just, you know, but that's really nice, you know. And then of course you have the worn cobweb. I'm stuck in a cobweb. Stuck in a cobweb. You have the worn down prize corner as well, which kind of takes a little bit of inspiration from FNAF in real time, which honestly it does make sense that there's a prize corner right there. Yeah. And then the other side of the vent will obviously lead into here, which is the kitchen, which is a complete mess. Like, everything here is completely destroyed. So very unfortunate, honestly. But this is the original pizzeria. This is the original FNAF 1 pizzeria that got demolished and completely ran down. Now, obviously, you come in through here, come down, and you actually see pretty sad looking ending here. This is actually the good ending scene from FNAF 3. You have all three animatronics. Yeah, all four animatronics. You have all four animatronics here. And it's pretty much just, you know, their souls are trapped down here, and there's a new pizzeria up above, I guess. And it's a really nice detail, and I really do like it. So honestly, big props for the detail, the attention to detail you have here. I can't even get back up. That's how much good attention to detail it is. And everything else just boarded up, and it's just like, you know, it's run down completely. And these poor souls are trapped down here forever. You know, there's some few areas, you know, you can walk around here. You know, maybe they're going to use it for something. They ended up changing the renovations, and now everything here is just completely changed. And thus, every employee goes back up and never wants to drop back down again. Yeah, that's the dope part about that, is that there's actually a little bit of like lore aspects to everything. I'm also lost as fuck. Where the hell did I go? But it's really cool seeing how everything is, seeing how everything what, like, you know, would be, you know, like if this was built like, this is like built like it was actually Fazbear Entertainment and everything. And I really like that. I really do like that. So let's head back up. All right, now we are back. Ta-da! Now, where the hell does this go again? Oh, yes, it's the original elevator that is completely broken. Because this is actually him pointing everything out. So this is actually the outside view of everything around here. This is like just the big outside view with his beacon and stuff. Pretty much just built everything around it. It's just literally the entire area in here, kind of just being filled out and everything, which is really nice. It's really nice because he had access to literally everything. Although it's just now exposed as that. It's just a broken elevator, which I think is supposed to disappear from up there. But you know what? We're just gonna move on from it. So yeah, we've seen everything here on this floor. I actually see where the elevator is supposed to go. So we're actually just gonna quickly look down real quick for a minute so we don't expose everything. Okay, I am exposing stuff because I don't know where the hell I'm. Okay, you know what? Never mind. I've completely fucked myself over here. Where the fuck? There you are. All right. I think the redstone's broken. Anyways. All right, whatever. Let's just act like we're going up the stairs normally. So, it's like a little escalator / stairway. Voila, we are on the top floor. And honestly, this top floor is probably one of my favorite parts. First of all, the animatronics being right there. You know, you got your toy Foxy. You know, you got your normal Foxy. Look at them teeth. And you can just come up here, and it's like a nice. It's the food area, I guess. It's the fuck, I can't even think of the name. It's the food court. That's what I can't even remember that. So yeah, it's really cool. The food court's actually right here. We have we're supposed to have different animatronics working this. I don't know what the hell who was working the burgers, but cool. But yeah, you have employee eggs. It's like here. This is the ice guy again. Once again, he's back. Don't know who would be working pizza. But Candy actually works the burgers and fries, which I really like the idea of having Candy involved in the FNAF universe. Now that I think about it, I think it's supposed to be Chica who's supposed to be running this. I think it's supposed to be Toy Chica, to be specific. So we're just gonna Retro Chica. That's probably not. I don't think it's that. Yeah, it wouldn't be that one either. Rockstar Chica would be a good one, probably. Movie Chica, Blood and Guts Chica, JR's Chica, definitely not. I think we do. I think we what's the Blood and Guts Chica look like? Holy fuck, you're big. So how about we run a little bit of fix here? I think Rockstar Chica would work. Jesus fucking Christ, never mind. You're so huge. I guess the movie Chica would work, right? Yeah, the problem is she's holding her cupcake, which really kind of sucks. I wish there was like nothing here. Chica holds her cup, but Chica holds her cupcake in every single one, so it's like it's kind of just rough could like decide toy chica, you know, normal chica, retro chica. But these eggs look so similar, I hate it. Phantom chica ain't gonna work. JRs. Holy crap, you look ugly. So I'm assuming Rockstar Chica would be best because of her maracas. Toy Chica, yeah, all these other chicas have. So we will put Rockstar Chica in here. There we go. So now we have the pizza maker and all that stuff, and of course the chips and stuff, you know, the chips, the snackies are of course made by the goat himself, L Chips. Because he's the motherfucking GOAT! Bro, he's so good. Yeah, nice little positive note here, right? So we're gonna go keep walking around here. This is Kevin. He's the Enderman. Nice guy. He's really nice. He holds snacks here. He holds the snackies here. And of course we have the bowling area, which you have, of course, the toy animatronics. I mean, honestly, it makes sense, doesn't it? You know, you get bowling lane and all that stuff. You know, you gotta have the toy animatronics somewhere. You know, because you have Toy Fox, you might as well get the rest of them. Now, walking back here, we actually have the Child's Play Center with, of course, the Pop Goes Man himself in it, and it's kind of just a nice little fun little daycare area. Does this actually go anywhere? No, you just get very much just slowed. And it's a nice little fun playground, and I really like it. It's really cute. You know, the Pop Goes area, you know, makes sense, you know. Kind of an archaic, like, you know, esque thing to do. It's really nice. You know, and of course you have the guard just standing right here for it. Yeah, it's a nice little daycare playpen area. And of course you run back here. And of course you see this. I guess this would be like a comedy show because there's Carney. I don't actually know what Carney's purpose would be. I guess other than like maybe being a Carney show. That's funny. You know, because there's nothing here. It's just literally a wall. Yeah, I think this will be a nice little like comedy show and stuff. And then you of course come out here and you have like different heads and everything. You know, you probably just like free prizes and all that stuff. It's really nice. Oh man. All right, hold on. Before we continue on here, you know, before we get into anything special, I know you guys saw that tease. Here's Lefty. This is Lefty's little car, like I guess you know, I guess this is an art show probably. This is probably his art show because there's a lot of paintings and stuff in here. There's just this room here. What is the purpose of this room? Yeah, he's got a nice little painting and everything else here. So yeah, I guess it makes sense, you know, for a dinner and a show here. You know, you got your kids' art room here, you know, comedy stuff. Really cool. Then you come in here and this is Mr. Hippo's room. And guys, this is the learning room. Mr. Hippo was actually taken from downstairs and put up here, which is really cool, right? Pretty nice, pretty nice. And then of course we have the dance room, the dance floor with, of course, Music Man, the GOAT, the original Music Man from Pizzeria Simulator. It's really cool and really, really nice. So yeah, very, very good stuff, guys. Good stuff here from Mr. Kjwippy himself. The entire pizzeria, I'm gonna be honest, it's really cool. It's nice. It's sick. And this is actually a nice little movie theater. This is actually what I forgot about. This is a movie theater. That's why Kevin is here. He is the movie guy. I completely, like, it just clicked in my head on who the hell he was. Yeah, movie theaters in there. And honestly, I think that will do it. So, honestly, giving a nice little bit of a Faz rating out of everything. The entire pizzeria, honestly, the Faz rating will be a good old 9.5 out of 10, just because some of the rooms seem unfinished, plus that big hole down there. But other than that, it gets a nice little 9.5 out of 10. It's beautiful, especially because, you know, a few detailed stuff can be fixed. You know, could have been changed, could have been done. But other than that, the pizzeria is pretty much perfect. It's an ultimate pizzeria, and I personally love it. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So thank you all so much for watching my review of Management Wanted, you know, the first episode of it. And by the way, there's obviously a contest for my Discord server to build your own Management Wanted map. We'll have a special episode of this where I'll be picking the contest winner, and honestly, you'll get a free copy of FNAF Secret of Mimic. So if you already bought it already, I will reimburse you your own. I will give you the money that you bought for the game. So yeah, and if you haven't bought the game already, then I will get you a new simple thing here. Which, speaking of which, Secret of the Mimic video, I've been working on it, but I'm a lot of recording issues. I can't even stream anymore. I'm trying to figure stuff out. But we will get to it, and we will play the second half of Secret of the Mimic on PC. So first half will be PS5, second half will be on PC, yada yada yada, and then of course get into making my reviews content once again. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Give me suggestions, show me maps down below if you find any, by the way. I will love to go through all of this stuff. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Goodbye.